The only thing more difficult than battling a mental illness is pretending that you don't have one. This is a quote that I found by an unknown source. And I have decided to talk about why having a better mental health system in schools would boost your overall environment, necessarily what mental health is, and why we should have better mental health systems in our school. Mental health is important because someone you're close with could be struggling, and it can lead to something bigger like suicide or self-harm, and it's just a very important thing to be aware of. Mental health affects your psychological and social well-being, and it affects how you think and how you act and how you feel. It is important because it can affect you at any stage of your life. It's not just a teen thing or something you deal with as an adult. It's something that can happen from when you're younger all the way up till you die. It's just something that can be consistent throughout your whole life, and sometimes it's because of an event, and it can also come genetically. And just being aware of what could happen is really important. And I found a statistic that said almost 16% of teens struggle with a type of mental health disorder, which I believe is probably more than that because not everybody talks about it. It's something that's hard to talk about, and oftentimes it leads to something bigger like self-harm and suicide. So it's important to know what it is and how we can help it, and how we can be aware of it, and how we can help people so it doesn't lead to those things. And having mental health programs in your school and having kids that have better mental health and supporting it and making them feel supported will help better grades and help better extracurricular activities and sports and such. It'll just lead to a more positive environment, and studies show that students who have gotten help do better in their classroom and they get better grades. And studies also show that people are more likely to go to a mental professional if they're right in the school. And I don't know what most cases are, but in my town, when I started going to a therapist, the only therapist in my town was my mom, and I can't go to her. And so the closest therapist is 20-30 minutes away. And some people say, well, you're having kids miss class, but most of the time, if you have a mental health professional in your school, they're only missing one class, where I'm driving to a town that's 30 minutes away for like a 44-minute appointment, and then driving 30 minutes back, so I miss half the day of school. So it'd just be easier, and it would help, and kids would be more likely to go to them, because it's kind of a hard thing to reach out about, and you can go to your teachers and stuff and talk to them, but having a relaxing environment to talk about it in, and not having to worry about is somebody gonna walk in or I have to get to my class, it's just a lot better environment. And having a better mental health program would also help with underage drinking, drugs, abuse, and doing things underage that you shouldn't be doing, and getting addicted to things like drugs and drinking and vaping and smoking and all that stuff. Having a better mental health would be a lot better. So overall, having a better mental health system in your school would help kids be knowledgeable about mental health. It would help them do better in all their extracurricular activities they're in and their grades. And it would just be less time consuming for people and be easier for them to reach out.